So factor number 2, good location. But good location does not necessarily mean good investment. Okay, we have some projects over here. CBD, Core Central, 999 years, close to freehold as you can get. Okay, walk to 5 MRT lines, mega project. But the losses, 1.5 mil, 1.7 mil, 2.3 mil.
Correct.
In the words of Eric Chu, the worst kind of properties is where you cannot
Even realize losses.
you cannot realize losses.
This is not only talking about CBD project. If you take a look at a lot of the projects in, for example, OUE Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks,
right? Twin Peaks. There's a lot of losses also over there. In fact, a lot of the condos, let's say Scott's Tower, the losses are around $1 million plus. Sure, near MRT, etc. But doesn't mean it's a good location, that it's a good investment, right?
Then people say, oh, CBD, okay lah, I know what, don't buy CBD. But these are blue chip areas.
Exactly.
Right? Like the Red Hills.
Yes.
Bishan.
Yep.
So they have good attributes. MRT, good schools. So their losses also. Think your arm also cannot cover.
Yeah.
Kidney cannot cover. 1.4 million.
Echelon. Okay. So again, good location doesn't mean it's a good investment. There are still many other factors to look into.
So the question that you have to ask yourself isn't whether the location is good. The question is, did you enter at the right price? And is there an audience to exit to?
Exactly.
Welcome back, guys, to Property by Design. Okay, we went through our profit checklist in the previous episode.
The common sense
one.
property checklist.
I know lah.
I know lah.
Yeah,
Don't need an agent to tell me.
Lah, MRT. Big project. Okay.
Good location.
Good location.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is what matters
Exactly.
most.
Yeah.
Okay, if you get these two factors right.
Doesn't matter where you buy.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what you buy.
That's true. Yeah, if you don't get it right, might as well invest S&P 500. Might as well. Don't waste time.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into it.
So the 80% that matters, factor number 7, entry pricing.
So we spoke about 1 to 6 to help you pick the right project. Okay, so these are the fundamentals. But factor 7 tells you whether the price makes sense. And we also measure using 4 lenses, which is the macro pricing. That means you have to, take a bird's eye view of what's happening around the other districts. Then you have to go into micro. That means you're taking a look at all the projects nearby within 500 meters or 1,000 meters. And then you have to zoom in further, project pricing. Like, if this unit is selling higher than this unit, this is really micro. And then there's the quantum pricing.
Yeah. I think, for example, if you look at macro, can be like OCR, RCR, CCR. So let's compare OCR. If they are about 1 kilometer from MRT, let's chart out all the different projects that matches this, that has all the other attributes like size, things like that. So now you can see, okay, as a whole from Singapore and in the whole of Singapore, where is considered quite cheap. Okay, Canberra can be one example. Okay, and then micro will be in Canberra itself. If you compare the brownstones, the one Canberra and things like that, is there a disparity there? Okay, and then during the project itself, so you already identified the project, one Canberra for example. You look at the layouts and the listings that people are selling. Because one scenario, one of our leaders back then, he managed to identify a 3-bed premium selling at the 3-bed price. So it's not that the stack is lousy, you are getting a higher tier property for the same price.
Yes.
So you already bake in profits when you enter, when you buy.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so that is entry pricing.
So and then talking about quantum, if you're buying a project in, let's say in Hougang, for example, let's say you try not to go for the 3,000 square feet or 2,500 square feet kind of 3-bedders. You have to find the Goldilocks size for that area. For example, if you're buying a 3-bedder, it should be between 1,000 to maybe 1,200 square foot max. Yeah, so that is the quantum play because you want the buyer, the next buyer, to be able to afford this property, and it's probably going to be a family. Okay.
Yep.
So let's take a look at some of the projects.
Park Rivera. So if you look back at the transactions, number 1, success rate is 100%.
Correct.
Means 100% profited from buying this project.
Right.
And the profits are quite substantial. And why? Because number 1, they entered at a lower PSF. Okay, future line, I don't think we can factor this in because it hasn't been there yet. It's not there yet. Volume effect is there, 750 units. Own stay demand,
Very strong. Yes.
because of the unit types. Okay, and then the price advantage versus the area. So this is what we talk about, like micro pricing, and therefore resulting in 100% profitability and
Yes.
zero losses.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is one of the properties that pass our profit checklist lah.
Exactly.
Okay, another one.
So Panorama, again, this is a very, very popular condo. Took 3 years to sell out. It took so long. It's like Park Esta. Took a while, right? And I don't think nobody wanted Ang Mo Kio, you know. Okay, it took 3 years to sell, sorry. But right now, 256 profitable transactions, 0 unprofitable. And the top profits is close to $1 million.
No,
right?
actually 1
Or
million.
exceeded $1 million.
Yeah.
And I think people who bought from day one made around $1 million. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that it's slow sales at the start for a new launch that is going to be a bad investment. So that's why, you know, nowadays, if you're looking at just new launch, then you're missing out on the post launches, the projects that have been launched for the past 6 months, but maybe the developer has zero marketing budget.
Yeah.
So it's good to know which are the available units out
Or
there.
other projects already took the limelight.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Took the limelight. Yeah.
So another example, doesn't mean the project sell out fast.
Yes.
Means it's a good investment.
J Gateway. Yeah.
J Gateway is a very good example of this. Okay, so we give you an example for District 3 in terms of micro pricing. We are comparing between all the different projects over here, Essential Sky, Echelon, LX Residences, the Crest, as well as Principal Garden. Okay, there are 5 different projects over here.
So let's just build a storyline. So example, right? You want to buy something at Echelon.
Yep.
So how do you use price disparity framework to identify whether can you actually buy Echelon? Okay, so Jeff is going to share the framework right
Yep.
now.
So Echelon was launched in 2013. Average PSF was about 1,008. Okay. Of course, agents will say, of course, you are new. Yours is new. This is benchmark pricing. This is normal. If you don't buy this, nothing else to buy. But if you look at our framework, as long as it is 10% more than the resale, it's overpriced.
Exactly.
Might as well you buy the resale. But before that, you got to reset the resale PSF to brand new 99 years. This is the lease reset lah.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do you do that? Current resale PSF divided by balance lease times 99. This is your true PSF.
Yes.
Okay.
So which condo are we comparing with?
The condo that was available back then is Essential Sky. It's already ready. You can move in.
Yes.
Okay, but versus Echelon, which is new. But if you have the PSF back then, Essential Sky is 1,005. Balance lease 94. So if you do the math, reset the PSF becomes 1,587. So this is the true PSF of Essential Sky. If it goes back to 99.
Okay.
Okay, so now then we compare the true PSF of Essential Sky 1,587 versus Echelon of 1,793. And you will realize that the disparity will be 13%. So Echelon is priced 13% higher than the true PSF of Essential Sky.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you follow our framework, anything above 10, don't buy.
Exactly. Okay, another example is LX Residences, launched in January 2013. Average price is 1,700 per square foot. Okay, so let's do the disparity comparison again. So we compare again with Essential Sky. True PSF, like we shared, if in 2013 it's going to be at 1,661. And then LX Residences, which was launched November 2013, average price is 1,700 per square foot. So it's very close, right? So it's just 2.1% higher than the true PSF. So in this case, what's the result?
Of course, buy LX Residences.
Buy.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Next one, the Crest, launched in July 2014. Average PSF about 1,008. By then, the true PSF of Essential Sky has gone up to 1,625. Now the Crest compared to 11% higher than Essential Sky.
Yes.
So if you follow our framework again, don't buy.
Don't buy.
Okay.
Finally, Principal Garden, right? 2015 average per square foot is around 1,600 per square foot.
Further
Further
from MRT.
Yes, further from MRT. Can buy or not? We'll see. Okay, Essential Sky by then in 2015 Q3 true PSF is $1,678. Principal Garden is 1,661. So it's only 1% lower than true.
It's not only, it is 1%.
It is 1% lower than true per square foot. So can buy or not?
Can, you are getting a new car at old price.
Yes, even though it's a bit further. It's further from Redhill MRT.
Correct. So if you can get something new at an old price, the new is a no-brainer.
Right. And let's see the results on what actually happened after that in terms of profitability.
Yep. So Echelon rule of thumb, don't buy 30% higher. So it failed the test. Look at the profitability. Yes, you can see 700k, 500k. But if you look at the annualized returns, it's only about 2%. And not only that, there is a good mix of unprofitable transactions in the project itself.
Yeah.
Up to $1.4 million loss.
Oh my God. This is close to 25%-ish of the units made losses.
Close to 20%.
Yeah, close to 20%, yeah.
So a good 20% of them lost money.
Yes.
And those who made money, even though it looks quite substantial bit in terms of quantum, but annualized returns is only 2%.
Very weak. Yeah.
Yes.
But of course, naturally, the bigger units will tend to make more lah.
Correct. Okay. So next one, LX Residence.
2.1% higher. Can buy or not?
It
Can
passed the
buy.
test.
Pass. So
So
let's take a look.
Fast forward a few years, 82 profitable transactions. Annualized returns is about 3%. Okay, some 2 plus, okay, 600k. And unprofitable is less than 10%.
Which is not bad.
If you realize, same thing, smaller units.
Exactly.
If you can, don't buy
Small units.
So now, next one.
The Crest, wow, 11% higher. Okay, obviously failed. Let's take a look what happened. Okay, 37 transactions, profitable transactions. Wow, 23 units losses. That is 38% of the total.
Almost half.
Almost half.
So if you bought the Crest, you have 50% chance of making money and 50% chance of losing money.
Exactly.
Not stagnant, no. Lose.
Yeah, lose. Exactly.
So why would you have such odds?
Correct.
So this one, Principal Garden,
1% lower.
pass with flying colors.
Wow.
Okay. And then take a look at the profitability. 1.2 mil being the max. Total of 166 transactions. 99.4% profited.
Yes.
Okay. One folk who bought a 495 square feet. Again,
Don't buy.
Don't
Smaller
buy.
units.
look at the annualized returns. 5%. If you account for leverage, it's what, 20%?
Exactly.
Insane.
Yeah, return on capital is very high.
Yeah. This just goes to show the MRT, no MRT, that negates. Because pricing is everything.
Exactly.
This is the summary lah.
Yeah. So this is the summary. That's why having that lease reset tool on hand before you buy a new launch or even a resale is very important, right? So this is how it's going to look like, the one we discussed. Essential Sky is the main comparator. We're going to compare with Essential Sky, Echelon, as you can see. PSF disparity, 13%, which is very, very high. And yes, what happened was there's a lot of unprofitable units.
LX Residences, again, in summary, launched in November 2013, was 1,007 PSF. Price disparity, PSF disparity was only about 2%.
And what happened? 82 profitable and 8 unprofitable.
Next will be the Crest, July 2014, launched at 1,008, which is 11% higher. Therefore, it's almost a split 50-50 between the losses and the profits. And then Principal Garden,
Yes.
that passed with flying colours.
Yes, 100%.
1,006, which is lower, even cheaper than your resale counterpart, and you get 99.4% profitable transactions versus one loss, the idiot who bought the studio. And then 1.2 million gains versus 36.
So what's the lesson here? The lesson here is whatever private property, whatever condo you want to buy, please do this test. Whether it's a new launch or it's a resale, you must do this first. So this is a very, very important tool.
So we talk about price. Okay, now we're talking about exit audience, which is equally important. No point having profits, but if you cannot realize them.
So building psychology of a project is very important because you want the owners to be positive, right? They've seen the transactions, everything is positive. I know I can sell for a higher price. I hold out. Optimistic. I'm going to hold out at this price. You don't need to do an AGM to talk about it. These are the condos that you should be aiming for. For example, let's go back to the east. Treasures at Tampines. Again, 0 losses. Okay. One thing about Treasure at Tampines, because it was the lowest hanging fruit at that point of time. So it's a no-brainer in terms of buying. 100% rate, yes, you can still buy. Okay, again, Coco Palms, slightly older, but then again, 100% profit rate. And Panorama, 100% profit rate. You don't want to mention a Hougang project, but 339 units, almost 70% lost money. So this is a project you should avoid, okay? And CBD, even if it's a mega project, there's a lot of losses, in fact. So it's a bit weak. So exit audience is is important.
So just to explain why CBD underperforms despite the perfect location, because people who are looking at this quantum of 3.5 to 5 mil, they can afford a freehold in Bukit Timah near good schools.
Correct.
Okay, a freehold in Prime District, 999, a landed property. So those who can afford it don't want to stay in CBD. Yeah, those who want to stay cannot afford it.
Exactly.
So there's no exit audience. There's no one buying into your projects. Okay, so money doesn't flow through the instrument. Wow.
Price
so
stuck.
if the money doesn't flow, that's why the price stuck. Yeah,
I
that makes
see.
sense. Okay, so for mass market condos, if you're looking at OCR,
So mass market, the sweet spot or the Goldilocks zone is buying at 1.5 to 2.5, 900 to 1,200 square feet. It's easier to exit because you're talking about HDB upgraders with MOP profits.
Yep.
Right? So they got like $300,000, $400,000 cash, and they have a growing family needing space, internal space, not like excessive 3,000 square feet space. And they are actually owner occupiers.
Yep.
All right? They are emotional buyers. It's good to sell to them, right? And yeah, strong demand from genuine own stay buyers, and money flows through, price goes up. Don't know what it means. So every location, it has a price ceiling. When the quantum exceeds what genuine buyers will pay, prices stagnate.
I think every location has a price ceiling. So if I say there is a new condo, 4-bedroom, 2.6 million, would you buy?
Depends on the location lah.
Because the location is in Woodlands. Yeah, so you have to look at the demographic in the area, whether they can afford. Essentially, if you can calculate the affordability of your next buyers, and if it checks, if it's okay, if it passes, then you're good to go. Because it doesn't matter whether you can afford now. What matters most is whether your buyers can afford.
So let's just continue on to factors 9 to 11 since we have time. These are the tiebreakers.
Nice to have.
Nice to have, exactly. So let's do it. Okay, sinking fund health. Before you buy into a project, it's important to look at the sinking fund health. Has the management or the chairman and the secretary, have they been doing a good job in managing all these things? Okay.
How's the facade of the building?
How's the facade? Yeah, they should be painting every 7 years. Don't make it look so old and moldy.
Indeed.
Okay, something about small projects again. What happens is, again, small projects, higher MCST fees. I think we talked about this. Fewer owners sharing costs. And the sinking fund depletes faster as building ages. Yeah, exactly.
Why would you want to pay more to get something less?
Yeah, and unfortunately, if you're talking about the boutique projects, you're paying like $400, $500 easy, minimum. And it's not the tenant paying, it's you, the landlord, that's paying the maintenance funds.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the worst part is, a lot of the boutique projects, they don't have any security. It's just an auto gate. So if there's an auto gate, and then the auto gate opens so slow, right? By the time also you can go in. After the car park, the seller shower already. Then you still can go in. And then of course, the pools are horrible. 8-meter pools, 30 cm deep, right? Yeah, so facilities, again, feel cramped.
That one not pool, that one fish spa.
Oh my god. Yeah, so maintenance, that's why it's good to go for the mega projects because of this fact, this maintenance thing. And you can also ask for the sinking fund health. You can just talk to MCST and they'll provide the information.
Factor number 10, the unit mix. Okay, we emphasized multiple times already. We want to be family, owner, occupied kind of unit mix.
Yes.
And then projects that has predominantly 3 bedrooms and bigger.
Because you don't want to attract a future buyer that is an investor. Because investor, they will be nitpicking, pricing, negotiations, those kind of things.
Even the developer, once they build something for investors, then the facilities also will reflect, the unit mix also will reflect, the sizes of the houses also reflect.
Yeah.
You want something which is livable.
Correct.
Just now we mentioned the lawn, the lush greenery, the layouts that make sense for families. That is where you get good vibes.
Yeah. Another thing is, if you have a lot of investor units, that means you're gonna attract a lot of people, who are single, who have maybe friends coming over. They're gonna use the facilities in such a way that may not be comfortable to families.
Yep.
So that will also stop families from coming in.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Corridor so narrow.
So
not
narrow.
well lit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these things, it might look like it's bullshit. Trivial. But I think after doing this for so many years, these are the little things that buyers notice psychologically. Maybe they don't even say it,
Correct.
but it affects their purchasing decisions.
Yes, the lobby, there's a good smell, air condition.
Correct.
Really
Oh, yes, very
good
nice.
music.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
this will add up.
Yeah. So again, family heavy. You're talking about projects in the OCR, Sea Horizon, watercolors. But of course, again, these are just samples of projects. Not to say buy these projects. We have our reservations about some of the projects. But on paper, these are the numbers.
Yep.
So Alexis is at Queenstown, Alexandra. Again, very slow performer. A small condo project, too many tenanted units. And CBD, a lot of tenants, 100% tenants almost.
Okay. Wow, this line is good. Families whole.
Families whole, investors churn. Wow.
Last factor, developer. So be wary when people say, hey, CDL sure okay.
No. Far East organisation show okay, for example. I mean, again, we cannot talk about developers so much, right? But doesn't mean that it's a renowned developer, branded developer, that it's a good entry price. Because I can show you a lot of projects that, it's a renowned developer, but because it's renowned, it's branded, you're entering at a much higher premium.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, look at the fundamentals. Okay, look at all these checklists, especially the price and the exit. If it doesn't make sense, even though it's a renowned developer, it's prestigious. So what if the vibe is nice? So what if your facade is well maintained, everything is good, but you lose money?
Exactly.
What's the point?
So again, the developer does not guarantee price appreciation, profitability, or exit demand. In fact, I feel like in Singapore, I think the government has done a fantastic job about making sure that the developers complete these projects on time. If not, they are penalized anyway. But of course, there will be some cases where you might want to avoid some developers, which has really bad track record.
For I've seen in group chats, they say no matter how nice also they won't buy.
I see.
No matter how cheap also they won't buy. I think bad experiences, because we are human, right? We base a lot of things on emotion. And if you had a bad episode,
you're just blinded by emotions.
So they say, I'm not gonna buy regardless.
Regardless.
So another thing about government and the policies. One thing to add on is it's good because the livability with this harmonization. Last time developers sell you planter box, sell you patio area, sell you aircon ledge more than 1 meter.
Correct.
Yeah, people had to have their coffee at the aircon ledge.
I've never seen. But
never seen?
Never seen. Okay.
It came out in the news. Right?
Wow.
They have coffee on the aircon ledge. I pay for it. What?
Yeah.
So harmonization is good. I guess one more thing is that eventually people will be accustomed to harmonization. So if you are aware, and you should take advantage of this so-called knowledge arbitrage and look into projects that are harmonized. Because on paper, on surface level, it seems that the PSF is sky high. But if you really look at the livable space compared to the resale counterpart, this is actually one of the sweet spot you can enter right now. Yeah. So I like the harmonization effect.
Exactly.
It makes I've seen 880 square feet or 900 square feet units like perfectly set up. Yeah, even your 1,000 square feet, 1,001 square feet resale counterpart cannot fight.
I understand.
Fight.
Let's talk about tier A versus tier B. This is, for a lot of people, they will ask me, hey, LV, is this a good project to buy? Then my answer is, depends on what price are you entering at. So the thing about prices is it's like musical chairs, right? So maybe condo A, it will appreciate because there's higher demand, and condo B will be lagging, right? But then after a while, there'll be such a huge gap that condo B will now start having a lot of buyers inside it. And then the gap will be reduced, and then condo A is a better buy than condo B. Yeah, so that is when you're talking about prices. There's no such thing as this is a good condo forever. Yeah, it's a good condo now, depending on the entry price.
Yep, I think you're right. Yeah. So if the gap is just too big, then the one that is lagging will have some baked-in profits. Because eventually in 3-4 years' time, the one that is leading will have to sell at a new benchmark.
Exactly.
Then the gap will be just too far off.
Correct.
I think a good example would be Woodlands and the GLS that has happened recently. All the resale in the area went up.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's just too far off in terms of gap.
Yeah.
So in summary,
this is the full checklist. Points 1 to 6. These are the common sense, no-brainer things that you have to look out for.
9 to 11 is the good to have.
7 to 8 is the core. This is 80% of your profit. It is there. It is here. Right? Okay, so I guess that's it. That's all the 11 factors. If you are interested for us to run your numbers, that means your affordability and even opportunities, right? It's not only affordability, it's also opportunities. Then just scan the QR code below, and then me or Jeff will just get back to you and plan your property by design.
Yes. Okay, that's it for today's episode. Take care and see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.